Like almost all Sonic games, Sonic Superstars has some great music. However, a lot of people have said it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some of the music is awesome, some of it sounds like Sonic 4. With Sonic Superstars following in the footsteps of Sonic Mania, it's got some big shoes to fill. That game had some of the best music in the Sonic series. So in this video, we're going to swap out some of the music which isn't really that great in Sonic Superstars and replace it with some music from Sonic Mania. And believe me when I say, it makes some of the levels so much more enjoyable to play. So let's get right into it. I put the background music down to 0 and through the wonders of editing, replace the music with stuff like this. Coming from the music we were just listening to, we have this, a really jarring transition. It's trying to be Genesis boss music, but it doesn't compare to the likes of Sonic 2, Sonic 3. But before we saw Eggman's music, let's have a look at the mini boss. Now the music's okay, but it's really repetitive and it lacks any urgency, and definitely sounds a bit too much like Sonic 4. There's so many songs that we could choose instead, but we're sticking to Sonic Mania, so here goes. So this music is the mini boss music, Danger on the Dance Floor, from Sonic Mania. And I'll let you listen to see if you think it's better than what we heard just before. Bad music can really ruin a game. It's just not as enjoyable when you've got rubbish music. And I think maybe when they were making this game, they should have done the whole track in Sonic Mania style. And this track seems to suit any of the mini bosses. Don't get me wrong though, some of the music in Sonic Superstars is awesome, and I love it. Especially this one. But it's time to mix it up again. And here we've got the Eggman boss music, again from Sonic Mania. And I gotta say, I do love this boss. I think it's an awesome first encounter with Robotnik, Eggman. And this music makes it sound even better. It's brought back that sense of urgency and got rid of that really jarring kind of Genesis tunes not done right, which seems to be an issue throughout about half of Sonic Superstars. And I love this avatar power up though. Okay, now that Eggman is almost done for, just one more hit, we're going to have a listen to some of the other zones' music, some of the good stuff. As I say, Sonic Superstars has plenty of good stuff, like this. Now this music, again, it must be by T-Lopes. He's the guy, or at least one of them, that did Sonic Mania. Now if the whole game had music to this quality, I don't think people would be saying in reviews that the music's a bit dodgy. What do you think? Now of course in the future, if you're playing on PC, modders may kind of upgrade the music and sort it out. But in the meantime, maybe just stick to the zones with the good music, like this one. This music just fits the aesthetics, the feel of the zone perfectly. You could listen to this like all day, well I could. Just so chilled out and relaxing. Now when you compare that to Golden Capital Zone music, something seems a little bit off. That's not the only zone with issues. This zone's awesome and the music's kinda not bad, but it repeats itself over and over again. Okay, the first zone that we've upgraded, Press Factory Zone Act 1, and we've put in Metal Madness Zone Act 2, again from Sonic Mania, of course. And Press Factory Zone, it really didn't have the best music, and this fits considerably better. Now, Golden Capital Zone music, not my favourite. And here's an upgrade. Again, from Sonic Mania, we've got Lava Reef Zone Act 2. And, whoa, so much better. This music actually makes me want to play the zone. The zone's actually quite good with the right sort of music. At this point in the game, when I was doing my first playthrough, I really kind of lost interest. It's like, I don't know what it was like something felt really off, and now I know what it was. The soundtrack had taken a nosedive. Now this one, for Frozen Base Zone Act 1, I wasn't sure if this is the best fit of the music. It's Stardust Speedway Zone Act 2 from Sonic Mania. I think it works quite well. What do you think? Have a listen. Now when it comes to snow levels, nothing is really going to compare to the Ice Cap Zone music, but maybe this comes in a close second. And the music even fits in these kind of weird floaty sections where you collect all the rings. And here is the final zone, Egg Fortress Zone. Unfortunately, the soundtrack with the music is repetitive, it repeats itself over and over again. The zone itself, it's a blast to play through. But at this point in my playthrough, with the last so many zones having music that's really not up to standard, I really wasn't feeling it. So I think we've got the perfect song to fix this. And this music fits this particular zone so well. It's Steel Cortex Titanic Monarch Zone at 2 from Sonic Mania. And if I'm honest, now that this music's on this, I'm really digging it. Okay, we've got one more piece of music to listen to, and it's going to be the Fang boss from Act Sonic, Speed Jungle Zone. Now this boss is basically kind of a copy of Metal Sonic, but I think we can do better than this music. What else are we going to choose? This is, of course, the Metal Sonic boss from Sonic Mania. So now that you've heard some Sonic Mania music in Sonic Superstars, what do you think? Do you think they should have kept with the same people that made the music from Sonic Mania in this new game? Or were you happy with the music as it was before I started messing with it? Let me know. Right, we've just got one fix left, and it's a big one. For some weird reason, there's no music in these cutscenes. Why? Did they run out of money? Just shove this one in instead. Problem sorted.